crash out, to go insane and or do something stupid. There are a lot of characters who would be considered crash outs, but that's not what we're looking at today. Today, we're going to be looking at characters who had reasonable crash outs. You know, like reasonable. Like, let's say someone kills your whole family and you get your get back. That's a reasonable crash out. Goku. Everyone knows Goku as the face of anime and definitely the strongest in anime, but even he crashes out. So it was Goku, Krillin, and Frieza all battling on planet Namek, and Frieza decided to point at Krillin, bringing him up in the air and exploding him. And you gotta remember, that was Goku's day one. He used to chill with Krillin since he was like 10 years old training at Master Roshi's house. So seeing his homie die right in front of him, it lit a rage in that man. Bro started spazzing out, transforming into a Super Saiyan. Bro's eyes were rolling in the back of his head like he popped a Yerky. Even after Frieza killed his day one, he still tried to forgive Frieza. But Frieza had to go ruin it and tried to attack Goku, and Goku sent his ass pack. Another absolutely nasty crash out was when Mark from Invincible got disrespected by Angstrom Levy. All the Angstroms in the universe are like super smart, okay? But the thing is, Invincible isn't bad in every single universe. It just happened to be that he was bad in the main character's one. So Angstrom, being the genius that he is, you know, sends those two big blue like Hulk characters to help him make a machine. And obviously Invincible tries to stop him and he ends up blowing it up and giving Angstrom a super dome. Now, due to Mark, Angstrom has the memory of every single Angstrom ever in every universe. Let me just tell you, this man Angstrom was on demon time, okay? This man Angstrom went into Mark's house and literally tortured his mother and his little brother. Then when Mark came home, he started sending Mark into like a bunch of different dimensions and like timelines. He even met a rip-off Spider-Man from Wish.
Yo, who the fuck is...
They even have Mark pulling out a Fortnite gun. Eventually, Mark and Angstrom start fighting, and they start flying into like a bunch of whole other dimensions. Mark lets out the Viltrumite in him and beats the living dog shit out of Angstrom. Bro really tried putting out his hand for Mark to stop. He just pushes that away. And after Mark turns Angstrom into a pack, he literally sits back and looks at what he did and says the hardest line in the whole show.
I thought you were stronger.
This is what I call a D1 crash out. If we're talking about crash outs, then we gotta mention Billy Butcher. Oi, Huey! Homelander done kill me bloody wife and nick me son right from under me. Imagine one day having a beautiful wife and a nice little doggy, and some guy with mommy issues comes over and ruins your life. He was in the same boat with Butcher. Imagine playing the future with your girlfriend and out of nowhere, she gets ran through in less than a second. The whole show is literally about Butcher trying to get his revenge on Homelander. Not even that. This man Homelander pulls up to Butcher's house and says he wants to fight Butcher to the death in a scorched earth. And what does Butcher do? He then takes Temp V, which gives him temporary superpowers, to go attack Homelander. If it wasn't for Butcher having a soft spot for Ryan, Homelander would probably be dead right now. Lastly, we can't forget about Jesse Pinkman's crazy crash out.
He can't keep getting away with it!
So, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, first of all, what are you doing? How have you never seen Breaking Bad? Literally the best show ever. A chemistry teacher finds his old student selling that good and asks to join him. And you know, they go through a little bit of conflict with people, but they have the most conflict with a man named Gustavo Fring. And Gus, he doesn't like Walt too much. He actually tried to get rid of Walt. And if it wasn't for Walt having Jesse murk the guy that he was going to get replaced with, then Walt probably would have been gone. But Jesse didn't want to kill Gus though. So Walt poisoned Jesse's girlfriend's kid and blamed it on Gus to get Jesse to help him kill Gus. But eventually, something messes up and Jesse realizes that it was Walter that actually poisoned the kid. So what does Jesse do? He drives over to Walter's house and tries to burn his whole house down. Luckily, Hank, Walter's brother-in-law, was there to stop Jesse, but then he eventually turned him into 6ix9ine. But those are the reasonable crash outs. If you think I missed any, leave them down below and make sure to subscribe. Peace.